come in and say, after a really particularly hard workout, wow, that sucked, I wish I never did that, that was no good.
Good morning. A lot of people question, what is the point of the first thing in the morning cardio? Devin, why are you doing it? And I mean, there's a couple of reasons. First one is I don't drink coffee. And I find that, if I go out there and drink coffee, I just feel jittery and crappy all day. Second up, I can sit on my phone and answer emails in the morning and respond to texts and all those things at the island, or I can do it while doing something constructive. And I like to be constructive. I like to do things. So that's the second reason. The third one more has to do with attempting to hack chemical compounds in my body. And I don't mean like, using steroids or something like that. What I mean is when you force yourself, I'm going to butcher this, but when you force yourself to work really hard, it's painful. It sucks. When I'm in here and I'm grinding away like nuts. My legs hurt, hard to breathe, my heart's pounding. Okay, that's a negative pain principle. You feel pain. The upside of that is, on the other end of it, once you're done, you get a big dopamine hit. Dopamine is the drug in your body that when you have sex, you release a lot of that. Makes you feel good. Same thing comes with scrolling on your phone. Get big dopamine hits if somebody likes a picture. You get a dopamine hit. That's what it is. So the reason, or a big piece of the reason, that I get on and do cardio first thing in the morning is that I'm setting myself up for a dopamine hit for the rest of the day, or at least the next 2 or so hours of the day, which puts me in a much better headspace. I don't tend to be a negative guy in general, but I can get to a point where I'm, I can hyper focus on things sometimes, and that's not healthy. I know it's not healthy to sidetrack that, to stop myself from being able to do that. Doing something hard that hurts will force you into that pain, and then right afterwards the pleasure dopamine hit. So it actually makes you feel better about yourself. You feel good and you get a good result from it because you're doing something that's good for your body. So that is honestly the biggest reason I do cardio first thing in the morning, because I get that positive bump right afterwards and I feel great for a while. And I would suggest anybody try it out. Look it up online. You do get a dopamine hit, and it's proportional to how hard you work. If I push really, really hard doing cardio, right now I've been on for like 36 minutes. I've done like 470 calories. Didn't want to do it. My legs are burning. But you know what? What's that done for me is that the more intense the pain portion of it is on the exercise, the more pleasurable the dopamine hit, because there's more dopamine hit, right? The more pain, the more dopamine hit. So in a lot of ways, I'm just trying to access that pain dopamine principle and make myself feel better. That's the feel-good hormones of exercise. That's what they are. It's easy. And the thing about it is you can hack that and make yourself feel better if you just do it. It's really that simple. It doesn't have to be cardio first thing in the morning. Anything painful, and I like to talk about exercise because that's my background, that's my field, but any hard workout will present the same situation done any time of the day. So you want to feel better, more positive, you want to feel good about your life, you want a dopamine hit, get that dopamine hit, do something hard, make your body hurt. I don't mean badly, but you know what I mean, make your body hurt. You will get a positive result on the back end of it, and that will make you feel better. Try that out.
Now, let's be clear. I am not a neurobiologist or a chemical biologist. I don't know this stuff dead mang. I'm giving you kind of broad strokes here. And the reason I am interested in it is because for me, I am absolutely infatuated with fitness and the correlation between fitness and how you feel as a person. Obviously in my work, I help people lose weight a lot. That's a very common goal for people. And what's interesting for me is it's not just the weight loss that's cool, it is the difference in personality that's cool and those little wins along the way. Each of those little wins creates that dopamine effect where you feel good about yourself and it gets easier. You create a virtuous cycle, right? Rather than a vicious cycle. Vicious cycle, bad shit happens. Virtuous cycle, all kinds of good things are happening. I have been infatuated with that, the idea between hard work and how you feel after hard work, really for my whole life. That's something that I feel very interested in. I grew up on a farm in Cape Breton, Nova Scotia, and I learned to work hard. My mom and dad are hard workers. We moved from Chicago to this little farm in Cape Breton. We had, pigs and cows and chickens and sheep and, horses and all that stuff, right? Rabbits, all those things I grew up with. But one of the things when you're a farm kid, you learn hard work. We had fence. I hated fencing, despised fencing, but you got to do it every year, and I did it. Sucks. Get eaten alive by flies, and you're out there working all day long. It's not a fun experience. You have to do it every year. I used to have to get up at like 6 in the morning, quarter to 6 in the morning, and go feed animals in the morning. Did it every day. That was just something you did. And yeah, it was hard work. It was something you had to do. Coming home from school at night, we used to get home around, 4 o'clock, quarter after 4, and then we would go to the barn and feed the animals. That was part, and then come home, and then we had chores in the house. And my parents, my mom and dad believed in hard work. I became infatuated with the idea of hard work because for me, hard work was sort of tied up in who I was. I believed that there was no one that could outwork me. I would grind. I'd go crazy. I didn't care. I'd get tunnel vision and I'd go. That stuff is what's interesting about it is every single time you do something, you do feel good about it when you're done. Any goal or task you give for yourself that you finish, it makes you feel good. You clean the house, you feel better at the other end. In my industry, exercise, you have a good workout, you feel better. But the feeling better is tied directly to how hard you work. If I have a crappy workout, I don't feel very good. If I bust my ass, I feel a lot better. What that is, like I said earlier, is just a dopamine hit. And the dopamine hit is directly proportional to how hard I've put in time, effort, and work. So getting up first thing in the morning and doing cardio, yes, it's good to burn calories and it's good for my heart. I think that's important. I'm 47 years old now and I want to take care of myself. I don't run as much as I used to because I've got some arthritis in my foot, so I find bike is easier to do in that sort. I still push myself, but lots of days it sucks. But the days it sucks are the days that I like it the most afterwards. I've yet to have a client that says, man, I came in and I busted my ass. And I'm talking 27, almost 28, almost 28 years now into being a trainer. I have yet to have one client come in and say, after a really particularly hard workout, wow, that sucked. I wish I never did that. That was no good. Everybody, and I mean everybody, will do it. It might suck at the time, but then later they go, wow, I'm glad I did that. Every single person says it, and that is the dopamine effect. That's what you're getting. It's dopamine is what's happening to you. So you want to hack your body and feel better about yourself in general, which is what I like and I'm interested in, is how to make people feel better through physical exercise. Well, it is directly proportional to the work you put in, right? If you put in a lot of hard work, the win on the other end is that much sweeter. If you put in very little work, the dopamine effect and the win is very small. So bust your ass and you'll feel good. Get up and do 20 minutes of cardio first thing in the morning and really work hard. You're going to feel a lot better. If you don't, you won't feel so good. If you, in your workout, you push yourself really hard. And the reason I'm getting into this is on that side of it is because exercise is my thing. That's my baby. I love it. If you push yourself really hard in your workout, afterwards you will feel that much better. And it is just chemical. That's all it is, kids. It's chemical responses to the amount of work you're putting out. So, and the backside of it, you've got 2.5 hours of feeling really good and get that dopamine effect. And it's the same dopamine type spike as you would get from having sex. So you want to feel good. It's easy. Work hard at it. And it doesn't need to be an hour long. It can be 20 minutes. You can go, if you ran really hard for 10 minutes and, or whatever you happen to do, if you work really hard, it's always directly proportional to how much pain you went through. The more pain you have, the better the dopamine hit is on the other end, and the better you feel. So this is something that I'm infatuated with, the correlation between hard work, how you mood, and fitness. That stuff is, to me, fascinating. I think it's probably one of the most interesting things, and one of the things that's talked about the least when it comes to health and physical fitness. Trust me, bust your butt, work really hard. You'll be amazed on how much better you'll feel mentally on the backside of it, and it creates a positive loop. Yes, the work is hard. Yes, it's not fun, but the backside of it is always worth it. I don't know if you've tried this out. Give it a try at home. Do you feel better when you exercise hard? Write up the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. Have yourself an amazing day. Go work hard. Go fight the awesome.